Hello everybody, this is Abraham with North Shore Computer Services, and today I'd like to show you how to take apart the 27-inch Mac. This is one version before the latest. It's 2014 right now. This is a 2011, I believe, maybe even 12. So what we need, tools I will need, is the suction cup. You can get it on eBay for cheap. I bought it at Menard's local hardware store. It was like $2. So you can find them. I'm gonna need a set of hex Torx, maybe a drill to speed things up, not necessarily, or not horribly necessary. Position the suction cup somewhere in the corner. Well, touch it better. And just pull the glass ever so little bit, just so the finger gets in there. And then it's magnetically held. Just basically take it off, lift the suction cup in place, allows you to maneuver the glass. Place it somewhere where it wouldn't get smashed. Away. Next, what we're gonna need to do is remove the screws that go around the LCD, and just check on the size. Of course, this one doesn't fit in there, so we're gonna need to use different type of torque. And the size on it is T9. So whoever needs to know, it's the T9. Now, one thing that I have found out that helps a lot is if you have some old hard drives, scavenge some magnets from them, something like this, and this will give you the ability to hold the screws attached to the magnet, although sometimes magnet attaches to the frame of the LCD, so not a very good design, I must say, by Mac, but I have to do with what we have. So we just remove that. Now, what you don't want to do is remove all the screws. You need to remove some of them and leave at least one screw holding this one here, for example, the top on, or I should say holding the whole thing back in place. Helps that if this thing decides to flip down on you, holds it back in place. In fact, one screw will hold it quite nicely. Okay, so we have so far removed. Okay, there are some magnets that hold the glass on, and screws like to get attracted to those. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screws that hold it in place, and I just have to remove the 8th. And I just want to see, from model to model, Apple chooses to make things slightly different. So sometimes there may be underwater mines, so to speak, that are done differently. Okay, this is tape. It's a metallized tape that allows the electric shock. That's the reason they make this whole thing out of aluminum, is to prevent it from influence from outside. And this kind of connects the top part to the LCD part. This tape is conductive. Alright, let's get the last screw out. This one gotta be careful, because if we're not careful, we're either gonna have the screw fall in somewhere, right? Or we're gonna have the LCD fall out. So just pull it out ever so carefully. There are connections on the back. The top comes out first and then kind of slides upward. So just help the LCD. There it is. Okay. Now there's nothing wrong with this computer. This computer right now is set up for Lion, and there's quite a bit of software that's installed on Lion, and I want to have it set up with Mavericks. Okay, so get the camera, and hopefully it won't fall, because I gotta do it with one hand. Alright. I've disconnected, so you tilt it a little bit and you carefully disconnect this connection. I believe this is like a temperature sensor or something. The next one is the lighting. Make sure this thing is unplugged, because if you touch this board with your bare hands, you're gonna get shocked. Maybe not this one, this board. Well, one of them. The power supply, let's put it this way. Alright, push, take that out, and disconnect the video cable. Now this one, if you're not careful, you will mess it up. No ifs, ands, and buts. This one is very fragile. They use the same cable that they're using on their laptops, and it's so easy to break. So there's a little, you can see, let me zoom it in. It's not easy to do with one hand, I tell you that. Okay, so there's the connector. There's a little holder or whatever that secures the connector in place. You pull on this tab and you pull the connector upward. That's probably the most critical part. And then just get the last connector out. And this one just pulls out. Alright, now we have the LCD disconnected. Just zoom out. Alright. Okay, so the LCD is fully disconnected. I'm going to place the camera back and just lift it upward. See, the whole unit wants to go after it, so, and separate. Now make sure that the LCD gets placed somewhere, that it doesn't fall, doesn't get damaged. Also, be careful not to leave the fingerprints on it. They're quite difficult to take away. Alright. So the LCD is safely stored away. We got our hard drive. That's the main reason we're taking this apart. So we'll be pulling the hard drive out, replacing it, and doing some other manipulations with just this and maybe this. Maybe cleaning the dust out. Other than that, not making any changes to the computer. So this is how you take it apart and get to the main components. Basically, most of the time you do this to get the hard drive replaced. As you can see, it's not terrible amount of work, but it's not something that if you are not totally believing in yourself, this is a fair bit amount of work. If you have done this not this, but something like this, where you can think, oh, I can do it, then you can do it. It's not rocket science, but there is stuff that can break while you're doing it. So hopefully this helps somebody. This is Abraham with North Shore Computer Services. Subscribe and enjoy. Thank you.